Well, welcome back to the Timeline Ranch. It's a nice calm morning. Let's take a walk around the pond, see how everything's looking. It's nice and calm. No wind this morning. Sun hasn't come over the mountains yet. Let's see if there's any red spotted toads still around today. So if you caught the video from the other day, this is the spot that had all the Chihuahua and red spotted toads in it, having their life cycle party, I'll call it. I'm going to end up having to transfer all this water to the main body of the pond so I can dig this out. But it looks like it was good that it was here for them. The other side, we've got a bunch of toe biters in there, giant water bugs, and they took advantage of the situation the night before, and a lot of red spotted toads ended up being food for the water bugs. Yeah, we've got a pair still here. I don't see any more around. Yeah, last night there probably was 30 to 40 of them in this little pool. Yeah, I guess I'll bucket the water out. I'll put the excavator bucket right here and bucket it into it, and then spin it around and dump it into the pond, because I know it's going to have some eggs in there probably. Clean out all this good soil that's washed in here over the past 2 years. This hole's been here. Sun's just fixing to peek over that edge, which is good because my inverter turned off last night due to lack of power, not enough battery. I ran it a little long yesterday. I've got to get that other electrical system hooked up. I put another battery that I had on it this morning to get it to fire back up. The other almond tree's looking real good now that it's got some more water. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of growth out of it this year. I'd be happy with 4 inches, about 100 millimeters. These are officially dead. No signs of life. Yeah, both of those didn't make it. I'll plant a couple more later on when I get this section of the pond down to the depth, that 25 feet I want. We've got a bird over there on the bird feeder. There's a couple of them on there now. Those are those house finches. Yeah, this is house finches. Mulberries looking good. This one still looks the worst out of the 3 mulberries. The leaf cutter bee had its way, and then not enough water. It's alive though. This cattail seems pretty happy behind this little retainer wall here. Must be a good bit of moisture there. Or it's got some roots deep enough to tap into it down there. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a decent little rainstorm to fill this pond up all the way. Should be good for about another year after that, as far as available water for the trees to get to. Once these trees are established, there's not going to be an issue with water. They'll have their roots down deep enough to tap into it. You can see it's drying out up here pretty good though. The little bacchus, mule fat are dying out. Ones that don't have deep enough roots to tap into it. This one's looking pretty good. A little thin on the leaves, but I'm sure it'll bush back out now it's got some water. I still haven't seen that ribbon snake that the kids saw the other day. Keep coming down, checking periodically. This is our original pecan tree. Looking okay this morning. Water's still a little cloudy from that sediment that was washed in from the rain a few days back. The pecan tree's looking alright. Some of those back swimmer water bugs. Another little pecan tree. This one was eaten pretty good by the leafcutter bees. It's got some new leaves coming out of the top. And this backers gives you some options apparently. And if I wanted to make a little island of floating material, looks like I can just pile a bunch of backers together. You know, I'd cut out a third of these over here to get them to bush out, and which looks like they did come back thicker than they were from the base. And just threw it in the pond thinking it was going to sink and become some, decent soil a little later. Well, it started growing. It's got a good root system coming out of it, and you can see it's even starting to flower down there. Yeah, so apparently if it's alive when you throw it in, it'll start growing. But I was thinking I could make a little mound, maybe 2 meters around, 6 feet around, and just kind of stick it all together in a bunch where it wanted to stay together. And that would be a good little habitat for some of the aquatic insects and other things that are in the pond. Good way to make some structure. And it'll also block some of the sun. Looks like it's going to turn into a little, green mound over time. I haven't seen that done before, but it looks like Backers gives you that option. I wonder what that's floating right over there. So yesterday evening I was standing on that ledge right there, and a bat came in and got a drink of water. When it turned to go back out, it caught one of those baccharis branches and fell onto the ground there, but it climbed up, so I thought it was okay. I wonder if that's it floating in the water right there. Let's go take a look real quick. Palm tree's looking good. It's opened up, starting to grow again. Just needed a good watering. No signs of life from the moringa. Let's take a look at our palm that's on the other side of the main dam before Southern Creek dumps into the pond. We gave our honey mesquite a little trimming the other day. Cut off all the little suckers at the bottom and kept most of the branches that were going in the upright direction. We're getting there. Not too much longer. I won't have to do any trimming on it. We'll just let it grow. Yeah, the leaves opened up nicely on this one. So we pumped water for about a good hour and a half behind here, and it was infiltrating into these rocks. I was hoping to see it come out, on the pond side, but it never did yesterday. I haven't looked at it this morning to see if possibly it came out overnight. But that's a lot of water this big giant leaky weir absorbed. No signs of water seeping out from the bottom. This thing absorbed a lot of water yesterday. There's a lot of rock here and sediment. The original creek bed's about 2 meters below this surface here, about 6 feet, and then it jumps up a little over a meter. The next section up for the actual dam leaky weir. I wonder how much water it will hold. Yeah, it looks like our bat from yesterday made it. He was right there. Looks like we've got a little shoot starting to come out on our sugar cane. Nothing starting on that one. This is our white willow. Kind of scrawny looking right now, but I'm sure once it gets going, it's going to take off pretty good. They grow very quick. The Salix alba white willow, right here between the baccharis. The normal order in these dry areas out here is the new water bodies establish. The baccharis show up first, and then eventually willow and cottonwood after that. And it may take hundreds of years for that to happen, but that's usually how it plays out. Our asparagus is growing. And this palm tree's looking pretty good as well. Well, that's going to be it for this morning's nature walk. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like what I'm doing out here and you want to help speed this project up, there's a few ways to do that in the description. Buy Me Coffee is one. There's also Amazon. All of it goes towards getting me out here full time and making this project go a lot faster. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.